actually I'm sitting in this chair to make myself uncomfortable. Because I feel like when I'm sitting on the couch, I'm like, this is watch TV time.
Yeah.
And then I'll just kind of space out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, we should probably get both those chairs, but I genuinely have to be horizontal right now.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Yep.
I mean, when I first got here, like, just being on the train, I was like, coming home and be like, why the fuck do my abs hurt? Like, why? I didn't do like leg lifts or crunches today. It's just standing on the fucking subway, dude.
From like the rocking?
Yeah, just stabilizing your core. It fucked me up when I first got here.
There was a drunk lady next to me. She was with like a very beautiful friend of hers who said something to me, and I was like, and I just like stared at her for a second. I was like, what the fuck did you say? I was like, are you talking to me?
What? Why would you speak to me? I was looking at the hotter friend and being like, you take care of your great big fat slobby friend. You could take care of me.
Yeah.
Please.
And I was like, I wish you would rub the back of my head while I threw up into a backpack.
Yeah, that would be great.
Anyway, we were out.
Just vomiting into a vinyl Skechers bag. Please do that for me.
We were out in Astoria, and a comic asked us. We were talking to another comic, and we mentioned that we do a podcast, and told him the name of the podcast is Time Trap, available on all platforms. And he was like, "Is it like a history podcast?" And I was like, "Yeah, if you think by history podcast you mean that we bring up the Oklahoma City bombing as much as possible, then yes, absolutely."
That is very recent history.
Yeah, but it's just the one event. It's just the.
Yeah, we're pretty laser focused in our syllabus.
It sucks that one's so funny because it's I'm afraid of the dog whistle like implications of it. But it's too funny. It's
ridiculous. It's a comedy of errors, dude.
Yeah, they just couldn't get it right.
The story is like Confederacy of Dunces. It's so stupid.
Yeah,
it's crazy they pulled it off. It was like an underdog heist movie, you know?
Yeah, that's so funny. Just being like, I know the perfect guy. I used to work with him in the Army, and then it's like smash cuts to Terry Nichols. I got a plan. One last job. One last job.
One first and final job.
Yeah. Anyway. So yeah, it was my buddy who does like graffiti and shit was and his tag is Unabomber, or so it's like UNA and then a cartoon bomb and then an R, I think, something like that. And he was like gonna do installations, which he could do.
Because tagging is also called bombing, you know.
Well, he's a fan of Ted, but he was gonna, because he lives in Oklahoma, so he was gonna do art installations of like giant. He was gonna make like giant rock cartoon bombs and like install them in places.
Well, he was gonna sculpt stone. Oh,
yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. And then I was like, don't do that because it's just going. I'm like, you can do whatever you want, but it's just going to conflate the Unabomber with the Oklahoma City.
You're gonna get in trouble.
Well, not you're gonna get in trouble, but you're just conflating like Ted, whose ideas were. He wasn't a Turner Diaries racist.
Sure. I mean, like, you're going to... of course, like, someone's going to get upset, and they're going to be like, who the fuck is doing this? And he might get, like, arrested. Who cares? But, I mean, like, the trouble, really, he's going to run into is his messaging.
Yeah. I was like, that, because they're... Yeah. You're just going to conflate it, which they get conflated enough.
I know. I mean, like, people think Ted... Like, they just attribute it to him because that's always the move is, like, try to associate the domestic terrorist with something universally, like, frowned upon, no matter who you are.
Yeah.
The only people that could ever like them are the fringe groups that they came from.
Right, yeah. The only person that would ever,
That's what's great about Ted. He's a singular entity. He's one of the few acted alones that is actually true. You know?
Yeah, he was.
It's crazy. He is in a psyop.
He's the most set up to be. He was in like MK Ultra and shit.
Oh, he was?
Yeah, they fried him with LSD.
Oh, man.
Absolutely. Yeah. They made.
I guess I was wrong.
Yeah, they made him schizophrenic, which he was schizophrenic. He was an unhealthy man.
Well, I mean, they stoked the flames.
But the thing is, he was. But that's the annoying thing is like, if it was a psyop, and the point was to associate any kind of like anti-technology sentiment with like murder, then it worked perfectly because like you can't bring up like, industrial. Like that's the meme, industrial society and its consequences have been a disaster. They'll just put that on like
the industrial revolution,
just a TikTok of a girl cosplaying as like Jared Fogle or some whatever. I don't know what they call it.
I don't know what they cosplay. Or just like a fat guy in a gaming chair.
Yeah, it's never that. It's always like women being
I've seen
whores.
some fun, good. I've seen it used properly as
or
a good meme.
Just like that guy that the vampire that like he's the guy that wants to live forever, so he doesn't leave his house and he consumes
just the industrial revolution and its consequences under that guy's face. Perfect.
Yeah. The guy that looks like the Sophia android thing.
Yeah. He looks like he has milk for blood.
But that's the thing is like now you're, now it's like you bring that up and people are like, oh, you're like sympathetic to these ideas, and it's like yes, but
yes, no. I mean, I don't know. Sympathetic, no. Like fervent, yes.
Yeah. It's like
radicalized. I hope so.
The thing that's annoying, the thing that's fucked, that sucks about psyops, I think most of all, is that it just cuts off. It's like a lap band for your fucking stream of consciousness, where people can't people can't think about like when I started arguing against literacy, which I do agree. There's still like
it's fun.
It's fun, and there is, and by the way, that's the thing. There's an argument against literacy, like it's. Alul said that it was like that it was the precondition for propaganda was like mass education and literacy. Like you need
that's the prerequisite. How can you can't really, because images are just too like indiscernible. They're too subjective.
Yeah.
You need hard data.
Well, and it's harder for me to present like if I'm a propagandist and I try to present you with like an idea about, or I try to present you with a belief that, or some statement to reinforce a system of beliefs in you. It's way harder for me to do that with symbolism. I mean, you can do it, but
I mean, like that's a lot of like Orwell. Like he was trying to indoctrinate people in the right direction, in his opinion.
Yeah.
And he did a good job with symbolism, but even like. It really does need to be the written word, because symbolism is far too interpretable. Even like oral delivery of your message is you can misconstrue what someone is saying easily.
Yeah.
It's too much emotion in it, and you might be reading into the wrong kind. Like the inspiration for the emotion in someone's speech, you can misattribute that easily.
Yeah, the whole idea what it was like, if what you want people to be at is like right at the level of literacy to where they can read and like understand but not contemplate anything beyond
not think critically,
which
I think we're pretty well there.
No, we did a great job, and that's the whole point is like that's not an accident. It's not like a it's
and
not
then
like a
for
cabal
people to react like not quite violently, but to be like, whoa, you're pulling at the thread, dude. Don't say not reading. Don't ever say not reading.
No, exactly. I
can't even think why I feel this way.
That was the thing, because it's especially smart people, because the intelligentsia are the people that, again, this like Alul says this in propaganda, that they're the most susceptible because they're the most of all people, of all segments of the population, they're the most dependent on unverifiable data.
Yeah.
So they have to have this worldview, That and so and then on top of that, they believe like the intelligentsia. They are the biggest marks for propaganda.
Yep.
They are mark ass bitches, dude.
Mm-hmm. Or mark ass, trick ass hoes.
Yeah, trick ass, trifling ass,
bitch ass, rod.
Oh
damn it! I'm quoting a video game.
Damn it, dude. You let me get out my bag of redacteds,
God
dude.
damn it! Well, do you want me to record a redacted?
Yeah, we will have you do that. You have to record your own redacteds.
I know. It's from Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
Right. But like they're the biggest marks because they believe like there's a few things that like make propaganda actually work really like well. One of them, and the biggest one, or one of the biggest ones, is believing that you're not a victim of propaganda. Like that,
you
and,
a buster.
So
Sorry, I got Ryder playing in the background of my head.
You have to like they believe that they're not.
It's that like you are not immune to propaganda thing. I love seeing that everywhere. Yeah. It's the greatest trick the devil ever pulled is you believing that you're right about anything.
That's what I'm saying. It's like my biggest point.
Or trying to convince people that they're susceptible to the shadow, where it's like, no, you are capable of horrible things.
You are the shadow. Not. Like you are the shadow.
You bring that up to people, and it's like you could be a white supremacist if the conditions are right. Like, I don't think I would. It's like you are wrong.
Yeah.
You have to always be wary of people trying to turn you into a white supremacist.
I've said it before.
Any version of that.
I don't know why people, especially intelligent people, have a hard time understanding it, but it's very simple. Like the statistical probability that your opinion at this point in technology, in the development of technological society, the statistical probability that any of our opinions are anything other than the result of highly sophisticated propaganda campaigns is zero. It's zero. Like, if you think about that for 2 seconds, of course it's zero. There's no way that it's not. Everything
is just propaganda and anti-propaganda.
Mm-hmm.
They cancel each other out like matter.
That's the thing.
The fundamental.
I was just re-listening to propaganda, and that he was talking about that it doesn't cancel each other out.
No, I just mean like in the air. In the air, there's propaganda
right.
and anti-propaganda, and they're perfect matches, and they dissipate into dust when they hit each other. But if they hit your ears, then they work.
Yeah. Well, they just do something, but and what they do is, again, the whole point of propaganda is to convince you is to comfort you as you're continually dehumanized by the implementation of technology.
Right. I mean, I have
this
to.
This shit's so obvious. It seems so obvious.
I have to make a point to be like, I'm anti-technology and technology this, technology that. By technology, I don't mean fucking electronics.
Right. Yeah,
and I'm surprised when people are like, no, I get what you mean. And I'm like, good. Thank God.
Yeah. But that's the thing. Like, you'd be like, yeah, dude, like maybe having everybody be able to read might be a more volatile thing than you think. And the
printing press was a fucking insane invention.
Yeah, and it disturbed a lot of shit. And you could be like, well, that's necessary. Or
someone had enough money to get these flyers together and then distribute them in the streets. I'm going to listen to the flyer. Whoever did this knows what they're doing.
It caused a schism in the church.
Yeah.
It created Protestantism. That's what the printing press did. And how much like death and destruction do you think came out of that? You
Imagine
could literally blame the fucking
Crusades. They had the printing press.
You could make an argument that the colonization of America and the death of all the genocide of the
decimation of the Native American population
was a product of the
printing
press. That's not a crazy argument to make.
Yeah.
But that's the thing is these people, they worship at the at the altar of
technology
data and technology and propaganda. So they're like, even though they think that they're against it, that's what's so weird about it. They're like,
I mean, like, if you think dealing with the fucking like your internet company is a hassle now, fucking try it in a communist fucking society. It's even crazier because it's all the bureaucracy that you hate, like baked into just your everyday life.
I remember like
It's a trade-off. I mean, you can feel better about the world if we all share things, but the things you don't like about the world are probably going to get worse. The other things you don't.
I remember listening to I was trying to listen to socialist, pro-socialist stuff. And just I remember this was years ago, and I was listening to it at work and just being they're talking about democratizing the workplace and shit, and and I'm just like, so you want me to make decisions about what healthcare I get with 60-year-old Mel, who I think is actually he might be actually retarded.
Yeah.
But I have to fucking
you want
he's gonna cast a vote the same way I'm casting a vote, and
No,
that
yeah.
decides whether or not my teeth get fixed.
And I also have to
fuck
do my
yourself.
job too.
Yeah.
Either I have to do this off work hours, or I have to do my job while deciding how my healthcare.
Not only are you
out.
doing, not only are you installing Windows or whatever the fuck you're doing, you're also researching healthcare companies, and then voting on that. And then if you have a position
you have to vote in the interest of everyone, including the guy who's hiding his fucking disability.
Yeah, or the guy who's addicted to coke or whatever.
Yeah,
you have to.
We said the same thing.
Yeah. Hiding his yeah. But yeah, that guy, that just sucks. That's just it. And that's the thing. They. That's what I've noticed, generally speaking, about socialists and shit, the people super lefties.
Yeah,
I'm I think you kind of like this shit. I don't like having meetings and talking about. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't want. I don't want my life to be all meetings, and I don't want to live in a fucking Woody Guthrie song. That sounds fucking awful.
That's why people complain about this meeting could have been an email. It's you like the meeting. Shut up.
You love the meeting.
You want to go to a fucking meeting. You like being summoned.
Mm-hmm. Dude, that is true. That is the thing. They really. That is what I think they feel when they hear a Zoom jingle. They're you are being summoned to the grand halls of Nordstrom Rack upper management.
There's a fucking circle on the ground. It's just spill.
It's just green smoke coming out of it. Yeah, I think we're actually 15% down in.
Pay no attention to the manager behind the curtain.
God, they do. That is it's those people are they're mediocre in a way that you're I know what this is going to turn into. This blows just. Capitalism blows right now. What we're living in, this blows objectively. We all know that, and they're
at least we have the illusion of choice, though. Illusion of choice is nice.
Illusion of choice is nice. I get to drink a fucking sugar-free Orange Crush, and that, boy, oh boy, does that.
My God, I love being incapacitated with riches.
Yeah.
It rules.
yeah. An embarrassment of riches.
I fucking love to be subdued. I like being lulled into a fucking a trance-like state with consumerism. It rules. Why do you think everyone hates us so much? Because they're we decided not to do that, and these fuckers are doing it. Fuck them.
Yeah. That's the thing. My biggest problem with and I've just is with the whole democracy thing, is that it does say it does imply that we have to work and learn a lot of bullshit.
Yeah.
We have to
we have to do more of the thing I don't like.
Yeah, exactly. You're dude, I'm gonna be honest with you. I like beer and pussy, dude. I know that sounds
I was not indoctrinated in it, either of those things. I know for sure.
Yeah, exactly. No. In fact, I was kind of there are certain points in my life not really interested in either of those things.
Yeah.
I found out they were great all by myself.
I the propaganda of beer and pussy rule hit my ears, but it was an old friend, you know?
Yeah. I only like booze that doesn't have advertisements.
Hooch. I like orange peels in a trash bag.
God, but that's, by the way, that's what it used to be. It used to be, I the problem is like the hyper capitalism, but it used to be just like you would have everybody in town would be brewing their own beer or have their own whiskey still, or like the good drunks, the fun people would have this, the people that were like a purveyor of.
Yeah.
And then you would just see who made the best shit, and you'd be like, no, that beer is fucking. I could take those down all night. That'll be my guy. And that guy just made your beer.
I was fantasizing today about like I need to like go on Amazon or like find a fucking hardware store to find a little pokey thing that I can have on my keychain. Why can't I just make this? Why can't I have a fucking tack welder and bend a piece of fucking stock and anneal it and put it on my keychain? I'm fantasizing about being capable.
Yeah. And that's what they're going to... like, it's stupid for me to move to New York knowing this because, like, I was happy in a shed in Wyoming just, like, making a cabinet that was the worst thing. It was. I built it like shit. I'm so bad at building stuff. Yeah, but I was so happy there. You know what I mean?
I know. But that's kind of that's a nice thing about hyperconnectivity and us being ruled by, like, social media. Is you can like streamline your education on those types of things. You make a shitty cabinet and you're like, oh, that didn't turn out at all like in my head. Let me look at a couple of YouTube videos, you know?
Right, yeah.
That's what kind of rules about it.
Well, you used to just have books that would have like directions, like recipes for a table.
Yeah,
you know
but I don't know. I've just been trained on...
No, totally.
I've been trained on...
But you can have that. Like, the thing is what I'm saying is that they're taking away capability from every... Like, and not their, like, the cabal of Jews, which doesn't exist.
Else. I mean, yeah.
Did you say they're working on something else?
No.
That's so funny. They really are too busy to be like...
we're running banks. I don't give a shit about your shed.
That's so funny. Just some guy, some Jewish banker being like, somebody shot and it wasn't us?
It wasn't? Fuck. That wasn't Terry?
God damn. All right. Cool.
Yeah,
well,
shit.
you know. But yeah, we can't have like an angle grinder here in our apartment in the Bronx.
Yeah.
And that's we could.
There's definitely a way you could rent out shop time, but it's like another fucking thing I have to pay for. I just want to pay for the tools and have them.
Yeah. I mean, we could literally like set up one of those like tent paint booths like in that half of the living room. We could have a wood shop in here.
Oh, for sure. Like we could basically set up a cook tent like the fucking the final Breaking Bad meth labs. Like, we could do that.
Yeah. And then just have...
I mean, I don't trust the outlets in here, so I don't really want to...
No, not at all.
I don't want to run a shop vac.
Yeah, I want to run a fucking bandsaw through no. Through a fucking 100-year-old apartment building.
I'm iffy about
where
the fucking
every
fan
wall,
plugged into the wall.
On the other side of every wall, there are 15 hair dryers plugged into one fucking power strip. Every wall in this motherfucker. I'm surprised we're not engulfed in flame as we speak.
I know. Well, I mean, the building's made of stone, so we got that going for it.
Yeah, which is nice. Fuck.
We live in mid, like, industrial century fucking castle. It's fucking kind of nice.
It is dope. Just like, yeah, it doesn't feel like every modern apartment, like every comics apartment that I've gone in to like take a piss. You know what I mean? Like since we've been here, I'm like. Whatever. Yeah. It is a modern, gross, like it's what Tucker Carlson thinks postmodern architecture is.
Yeah,
because he's a fucking retard. He doesn't.
Yeah, it's like I commented on an Instagram video of some lady talking about like, oh, we got a new house and we're worried about the pipes rusting in the walls, and it's like, bitch, you have a new house. Your house is made out of fucking wood chips. Yeah. And fucking like recycled.
Your house is made out of Connects, straws, dude. It's like the shit that autistic kids were playing with in '92. Yeah. That's what Connects. You remember Connects?
Yeah. It's like an erector set.
Yeah. Huh?
Hey, I've seen a set that made me erect before.
Yeah. How about I set my erector on your fucking chin? Yeah,
I'm gonna get my yardstick and measure your face.
Yeah, no, like I mean, those homes are. The thing is, like, we have like copper pipe and shit here because it's too old. They're not gonna like retrofit anything.
They're not gonna do fucking like a union joint in the wall just to use shitty PEX tubing.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Everybody else, like all these new constructions, it's all PEX tubing. Because the thing is, their idea isn't for longevity. Their idea is, well, if something goes bad, we can it'll be pretty low cost for us to rip this whole goddamn thing out of the wall,
gut it, and
replace it with more microplastics.
Yeah.
Like,
well, we're gonna put macroplastics that are gonna slowly turn into microplastics.
Yeah. The idea of here's the thing. The fun part is
everything is pre-cum, including pre-cum, and then the other two categories are macroplastics and microplastics.
Yeah. Those are the three. We're building a new table of elements here.
It's a big circle that says pre-cum, and then two smaller circles inside it that say micro and macroplastics.
Yeah.
The weirdest Venn diagram I've ever seen.
I make my boyfriend eat Legos, so his cum tastes more.
I made a pineapple out of Legos and made my boyfriend eat it.
Oh shit, what was I? But yeah, so like the act of turning on the water faucet to like provide hydration for your family is the undoing of your family. You're like, yeah, if you would have just like not drank as much water, they wouldn't have broke down the pipes and fucking filled your
body with cadmium.
Filled your baby's kidneys with
PFAs and fucking and dioxanes and just insane shit.
That's what I was drinking out of the fucking I was just drinking out of water bottles, like reusing water bottles like that I got from the gas station.
Yeah.
And they started to taste fucking weird. And I'm like, why does it fucking taste weird? Because it's fucking breaking down.
Yeah.
And then I used it, but because they're not like rated for anything, they're rated for one-time use.
Right.
So they use a type of plastic that is only good for one-time use.
I tried
before it starts breaking down.
I tried to do a bit about how like it's insane that water bottles are like a fucking $1 trillion industry. Water bottles seem like something you like give to Africans after their like village is flooded.
Yeah, it's like an emergency.
Yeah, but people just get water bottles from the store instead of drinking out of their sink.
Yeah, it was like, yeah, those are like, but that's the thing. It's like
it's like bagged milk. It's like as weird as that idea of like Canada has bags of milk that they give to school children, where it's like, no, that's what water bottles look like to me. That's a crazy thing.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're all living in a FEMA camp now.
Yeah.
Like, it's just one big.
This is just a really elaborate tent.
Yeah, really, it is. Yeah, we're looking to erect a nylon dome over the continental United States.
We're gonna do the Ultra Mega Dome and just do an entire Houston Astrodome over the North American continent.
Kanye West is like, George Bush doesn't care about
people,
anybody.
It's a human race. Shit.
Yeah. But Joe Biden dropped out of the race officially, and then O'Shea got mad because I said Kamala wasn't gonna win, and
I didn't get mad.
He did get mad.
Okay, I got mad. Who cares?
For the record, he
now I'm mad again. Kamala is my queen.
That was so fast. You were like, I don't want. That's how annoying liberals are. Is that they made you one, like they backdoored you. They were like, you don't hate Trump, you just hate them talking about Trump so much that now you're voting for Kamala. Like, fuck, dude.
They fucking installed a rootkit in my brain, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Bastards. Put fucking malware in my body.
Yeah. That's how good they are.
Oh, those fuckers. It really is just like that's why they're characterized as children by the right, is because the whole thing is like, but I want it though.
Yeah.
Do it for me. And you're eventually like, fine.
Yeah, totally. But
that's what the left, they just complain until they get their way.
Yeah, and then
and the right threatens violence. And that's they get a little bit more done, I think.
Well, that's the thing.
And they're both faggots.
They are both faggots. Yeah. They're both faggots, and all they end up doing is like killing people.
Yeah.
Like that's their only. Do you know what I mean? Like it's
it's
like
a war of attrition. You know. I am so surprised that I get that it would come from the right, but that the left was like, no, I don't like the violence. The violence is bad. It's like, what happened to all the bricks and window? What the fuck?
Yeah.
When it's for Black Lives, you loved violence.
Mm-hmm.
You were hitting people with bike locks and shit.
Yeah.
It only you can't.
No, it has
you can't
to be.
hit
It has
dad.
to be like a frumpy school teacher in way too big of glasses, hitting Donald Trump with a bike lock. That would have been. Then they would have been like, yay!
Just getting assassinated with a smiley.
Yeah. That's.
I just got to take a blackjack to the president.
Yeah, but just like yell about having to buy our own school supplies.
Oh man,
There's such I hate their defensive teachers so much. The amount of every year like a holiday where when I lived with a teacher where we'd be like, "What do you need anything at Home Depot? Because I got to spend this budget." Like, so you're not buying. Like,
you're a real piece of shit.
I don't even think you're a real piece of shit. I'm like, fuck you, fuck the school system, fucking steal their money, fuck them. I hate these people.
No, but like.
Put them in the pink or put them in the red. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, fuck their budgets up.
Put it in the pink and the stink.
Yeah.
Man, we're in the stink this year.
Go to the high school. Put it in pink.
I can't wait for Brown Friday because we are in the pink right now.
Like if you saw somebody, if a cop, if you like saw a cop and he was like, yeah, I stole fucking 500 bulletproof vests and I'm selling them on Facebook Marketplace. You'd be like, good, fuck them.
I'm selling them on Wish and Temu.
Temu, fucking 30 cents.
It just comes in a pallet of 6.
Guys, go to the TikTok shop. I got Smith & Wesson 45 caliber pistols for $5 right now.
I stole the arsenal from my local PD. And I've set up a shop with Squarespace.
Yeah.
It just turns into a mid-roll.
Ad for Wix. But yeah, I was like,
Squarespace gives you the tool to sell your spoils of war.
This is the thing. Morals are morals are very complicated, and that's the thing. Until you really start confronting them, like if you've really confronted your morals, you start looking like a psycho because it boggles the normal man's mind. But so when he was like, the first year that he was like, I gotta if I don't spend this money, they're gonna cut my budget. I was like, and we pay taxes and then after a few years of watching that happen, I'm like, first of all, if the worst case scenario is this whole system goes belly up, good,
better sooner than later.
Yeah. If you shut down every public school tomorrow, Lord have mercy, we would be so much better off.
Yeah.
Just children would be happier, which would probably be good.
People would figure out a way to like. I
Really,
mean, like I've said it before. It's like you can hire your own teacher and set up your own school and get your taxes to pay for it. There is a way to do that, and everyone's too lazy because they don't want to work while researching fucking healthcare companies.
Yeah. And they don't like their kids that much. That's, I think, a big part of it, really.
Because it's just government daycare. That's all school is. It's literally the point of it is to keep kids out of the roads during the day.
But that's the thing. It started out like, oh, you're going to take care of my kid? Perfect. And then you're like, and then your kid comes home and he's like, you know.
I'm a girl now.
Yeah. He's tucking his wiener back and fucking kissing the dog or whatever.
Wearing fucking a nightie, this is a sheer see-through, going, I do me,
that's so funny,
you do me.
I just thought it was just a teacher being...
I do me so hard.
A teacher with purple hair being like, we're going to learn how to apply a condom, and then she brings a dog in and starts jacking him off. He's like, why not a banana? Well, kids need to know.
Oh, man. I consulted Wicca.
Yeah.
And she can speak to dogs, and it consented.
Yeah.
Fucking. Yeah.
No, if the dog rolls over, dog consented. Gross.
I got Caesar Milan to whisper to my dog.
Oh.
Fucking I don't know. That's like the reason I say he's a hypocrite.
I'm a careless dog whisperer. Hell yeah, dude. You remember that smart stuff we were saying earlier about propaganda? Now it's about sucking off dogs. Do you like our history podcast, you fuck? I'm just kidding.
This
that guy.
is the people's history. Six separate tyrannists. Power to the people.
Oh, God.
No, I mean like, but the thing about like he's a fucking hypocrite. He doesn't even believe in the thing.
Wait, the dog?
Yeah, the dog doesn't even believe in getting jerked off by the purple-haired teacher.
Listen, you're letting me jack you off, but I can tell your heart's not in it.
You're going through the motions.
Do you even want to show these kids how to put on a condom or not?
I mean, the kids they don't even know what's going on. They're like, I don't think the dog's really got his heart in the deal.
Probably one kid's way too excited about it. He's like, yeah.
There's always one kid. There's always one kid that figures out dogs before everyone
He looks
else.
up from Googling Time Trap Podcast to be like, what are you doing up there?
Dude, I would love it if kids were getting sent to detention for our podcast.
Oh, dude, that's the
that
dream.
would fucking rule, dude. Oh, fuck, man. I would love to have the detention kids be our audience.
The thing is that we can't, because we know what the podcast is, we can't tell kids about it.
No, it's impossible.
Yeah.
It's a fruitless dream.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I feel like Hitler.
Yeah. The dreamer.
The dreamer.
Anyway, what are you saying about who's a hypocrite?
Like the teacher justifying the budget for the next year, which every fucking corporation does. Where it's like, oh, I thought you were supposed to be for the children. I thought you were supposed to be a hero. I thought you were supposed to be molding the minds, but you're buying fucking 2x4s for your scumbag buddy. You're the scumbag. Instead of like using the budget to, my math teacher built a fully electric motorcycle. That wasn't even a thing he did for class. It was like a fucking after-school activity.
Right, yeah.
And he probably paid for all that himself. They did it with a truck the next year. Like, they're doing Elon Musk shit when I was in fucking high school.
No, I'm sure they're doing cool stuff. I'm sure children learn. But, like, the vast majority, and that's why you're like, why is our fucking society brain rot and all of our... And democracy doesn't work. It's like, well, because the people, those guys in school that were like learning Elon Musk shit, like building robots out of staplers or whatever. I don't know what the fuck.
I knew you were gonna fumble it, dude. I was waiting.
You're like, dude, you were never in any kind of advanced placement.
I was expecting at least tin cans.
Yeah, no. I was in all remedial class.
You're like, what's in school? What do they have in school? Hole punch.
Making a robot out of a 50-year-old widow. I'm just thinking about my teacher.
Making a robot out of training bra on the girl in front of me in class. Oh man.
No, but then the majority of them are fucking idiots that don't. That can't think critically and can barely read, and all they can read is like comments they read on social media that they're like, and then they go yell about how bad or good Trump is, and it's like, do you know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't. It doesn't work. It's you know.
No, but my
and a lot of it's abusive.
Yeah, the point I was trying to get to was the teacher that bought all the stuff to justify the budget is like, he is in the camp of people where it's like, you can't say anything about teachers. They're so underpaid.
Yeah.
This, that, and the others. Like, they're fucking not. I mean, they get paid
fine
for the whole year, and they make like $70,000. And I don't give a shit. Everyone has fucking student loans. I dropped out of college. I didn't even get a degree, and I have student loans.
Yeah.
Had them, and then I started dying, and I promptly paid them off.
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah, everyone has that shit. $70,000 is literally the cap. It's the lowest threshold for like being financially settled like doing okay.
Yeah, they're middle class. They're fine. They're not.
Fine.
Especially,
like,
by the way, the thing
teaching
is, like,
for $50K, it's like, yeah, that job sucks. It sucks for $50K, but $50K is a decent salary too.
yeah. The problem that I have, a lot of them that are like, we have to buy our own supplies, and then they show you, and it's like crayons and shit. It's like, you're teaching coloring, bitch. Like, we're not gonna pay you how much money you think you fucking deserve for fucking teaching the ABC, which you're not. You're fucking. We have people that wrote children's books, and you're sitting there reading fucking.
Yeah.
Children's book. You are just entertaining children while trying to give the ones that can an opportunity to increase their like entry level reading and mathematics skills. Sure, but it's not like it's just like you're not teaching long division, motherfucker.
Yeah.
And by the way, the fact that I think that's a difficult thing, you're not teaching anything hard.
You say
like
calculus. Jesus.
I didn't make it to calculus.
Staplers, hole punch, calculus.
Calculators. Boobs. Boobs upside down. I'm flailing out.
5,800. I don't know how to say it. 58,008. That's it. Fucking.
I remember showing kids spelling out boobs on a calculator once, and I was like, the librarian told me that you can also spell shell oil, and they were like, "You're a fucking faggot, dude." We're all gonna beat the shit out of you.
I don't want to put my dick in shell oil.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
What are you, friends with the librarian? You fucking.
You talk to the librarian. We throw ham at her.
Are you talking about the ham lady?
Fuck. I don't remember what my point was. It was about how like people balk at the idea of things not being as they are. It was the thing of like having to explain what technology is, and people just think it's their fucking iPhone. They think it's a TV. They did a damn good job of convincing people that technology is not concepts and systems, and instead fucking consumer items.
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. Even those smart kids, they are learning, but only in a model of like what you can. Here's the limited bandwidth of what you can use your intellect to do, and what it is to reinforce this culture and never get outside of it. You know what I mean? They're,
I mean, like people would get mad about us saying $50,000 or $70,000 a year, $50,000 to $70,000 a year starting salary of teachers. That's the range. Is not that bad.
No, I
still to this day have never on my own made $50,000 a year, and I still don't make $70,000 untaxed. Mm-hmm. I'm like, if I were to adjust for tax, I make about $75,000.
Yeah.
Like, and I have disability. I'm not able to work.
And like, what are you like?
I'll say that in the microphone
so you want
again. I am not able to work.
So you want $100,000? That's what
you want $100,000.
You want $100,000 to jack a dog off in front of kids. Do you hear yourself when you fucking talk?
You fucking even.
You don't even.
You're gonna teach them the ways of the devil for $100K? Come on.
God, that's funny. Just
I also just imagine
that's
then I can that's put that's what people in Florida think is happening.
Yeah. That's what we should be doing.
Don't say gay. Quit jacking that dog up. Yeah. Leave that dog alone.
That's what we should be doing. Like, we should really, if you're out there, anybody listening, like if you're any ambitious at all, like, but don't know what to do, start culture jamming and just like planting fake stories that teachers are jacking off dogs to show how to put condoms on in 7th grade health classes. And just, I mean, we got to go harder with these. Like it doesn't even have to be real, but like, the drag queen story hour, that got a lot of footwork done. But now, like, first of all, you're putting drag queens and trans people at risk of violence because you're kind of directing the. But if you say teachers are jacking off dogs, who do they direct?
They're going to beat a dog.
Get them
They're already doing
exactly. Nobody. I suck off my own dog.
Nobody sucks off my dog in front of my kid but me. That's something they should learn in the home.
Yeah.
Sit in their living room, open the Bible, and suck off the dog.
I had to have a talk. I had to have the talk with
I had to have the gawk with my son.
Hell yeah, dude.
God damn it, we always land on our feet,
I
don't
know,
we?
dude. Like little kitty cats,
Them
dude.
Duke boys done got in trouble again.
I had to have the gawk with me. Son, get in here. Let me.
It's time for
When
the
a man
gawk.
and a woman love each other.
Well, are you talking about the birds and the bees? No, I'm talking about the Republican and the dog.
Yeah.
I got a Nate Sops fable for you.
That's the funniest case scenario, is to trick Republicans into sucking off their own dogs, because they're like, if somebody's got to do it, it better be me and not some stranger.
I can't let some fucking Bachelor of Arts liberal queef teach my son what's what.
Bisexual with a septum ring to suck off a dog. Not in my America.
Oh, fuck. That rules.
Yep. It sucks. It sucks really peaking at 45 minutes in.
I know.
You're like,
God damn it.
15 minutes? God damn, dude.
I am so
But
out
this
of
is what we
steam.
do for you guys. We love you so much.
We love you non-existent listeners.
The Rough Riders, dude.
Rough Rider.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that grape. Well, I mean, there's two grape things to talk about. The grape seltzer that made me believe in the almighty power of the Japanese Empire.
They're doing so much better. They're like what you do with money. You know what I mean?
I know.
And I think the reason is they can't.
Because they're an ethno-state.
Well, that's the thing. Just be a non-violent ethno-state.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
have every
Well, I
violent.
mean, so now not a previously violent, now non-violent ethno-state.
A previously wildly violent, and let's face it, a future violent empire,
And
ethno
eventually,
state.
once again, return to its former glory, violent ethno-state.
There's no way they don't come back, dude.
No fucking
There's
way.
no way they don't come back up, dude. They have too much. They have too much
I
history.
mean, look at every ethno-state. They're doing pretty good. It's an unfortunate reality.
Here's the thing. So you're right. I'll give you and your groiper friends. I'll give.
I'm so glad I don't know what that means.
our vans do. I'll give you and Owen Benjamin
I'll give you the
benefit
identity
of the doubt.
of the doubt.
Yeah. Well, I will be. But the only thing is literally just the embodied experience of like being mixed race is so awesome. Like I would not want to be. I would not want to be both.
So much.
I want to be. I want to be right where I'm at.
Yeah.
Like I like being mixed. I feel like I have like.
Yeah, fans. You thought this whole time was two white guys telling it like it is.
Racist motherfuckers.
We're fucking
dude.
BIPOC and queer, you
Orale,
bitch.
dude.
How? I don't know what mine is.
Tatanka, whatever, dude. It doesn't.
I mean,
Why
it
have we
doesn't
not been
play
calling you
over
Tatanka,
audio
dude?
to put
Let's-
my ear to the ground, but I would have done that.
O'Shea Tatanka Bogus. That's start using.
Should I just go by the stage name O'Shea Tatanka?
yeah.
It's
dude.
easier to say than Bogus somehow.
Yeah. No, just Tatanka, dude.
Yeah, fuck it,
Fuck
why not?
them, dude. And then every time you go on stage, punch the host in the face.
During the land acknowledgement,
Give it-
I just start assaulting the audience. This is on stolen land.
That would be fucking awesome. It is so unfortunate for them that you're native. Just because they're so ready to go at you, dude. They're like, look at this clearly lily white. fucking- You look like a cartoon of a capitalist from like an old.
I look like
If you were wearing a suit,
I'm
like
literally
a top and
laying-
tails, you'd be.
I look like a political cartoon.
Yeah, you should be like,
Like the
sitting on a
way-
cartoon bag of gold.
The way I'm laying down right now, I look like the Rubenesque photo above the bar in the Old West.
yeah.
I look like the embodiment of excess in art.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
And then white women get mad at you and
Yeah.
then have to apologize.
And I'm like, well.
Just every time you punch a white woman, just be like, it's a land acknowledgement. It's a land acknowledgement.
acknowledging.
It's a land acknowledgement.
If you stop me from hitting women, you're racist.
Stop calling the police colonizer, please. Hang up that phone.
Oh my god. My sister found a comment I made on some TikTok douche cross posting on Instagram, and she's like, "Hey, native kids that didn't grow up on the res are still native," and then I just commented, "No." And then she just hearted it, and I saw that in my fucking
No.
no.
Wait, did you say your sister?
Yeah, I have a sister. She's like fucking. How old am I? She's like 20, I think. Shut up. She looks like me, dude.
I didn't say anything.
Don't act out your latent homosexuality with my sister.
Don't tell me what to do, dude.
You're both free people.
Exactly.
You're both Americans. You can do whatever weird psychosexual shit you want.
Ugh. Just you with a pussy.
I know.
God damn,
I already
that's
have
gross.
Like 6 on my body.
Yeah, dude. You got fucking your
Pick a
body's
fold,
developing
dude.
pussies. Every time you eat a donut, it's God damn it, what were we saying about the?
Oh, the other grape thing.
Oh yeah.
And Lord, don't test my will like that again, please.
On the subway, there's an ad for like lotion or something, and it's like the power of grapes, and then
Yeah.
it's a black woman holding grapes.
It's like a pore shrinking, like skin revitalizer bullshit. And then it's a black lady holding grapes over her face.
At least it's not like a skin lightener. You know what I mean? Like that's the only way that it can be.
Who's that fucking the baseball player?
Oh,
Tony Yayo. No, that's not it.
Mark McGuire was the guy that he was. Sammy Sosa.
Sammy Sosa. It's like Sammy Sosa's face next to it.
Yeah.
Just blends in with the white
Yeah,
background.
half. It's like a spectrum of like half. Like part of his face is black, and then it gets whiter and whiter.
Oh, his hand
they can't-
dragging across his forehead and his black under, like on the side. He's
Yeah.
going towards white when his fingers pass it.
Yeah.
It's like a holographic billboard.
like one of those glitter pillows. That you just like. That's what they should have. It goes like that. It goes up.
goes
and it's
from
black and then down.
heart red to fucking silver. You
Yeah.
know. Great.
But yeah, they keep
No, but like to put
associating
that on,
grape stuff with.
to put that on the Uptown 4 train.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
I mean,
At a certain point,
I don't wanna be-
representation becomes a minstrel show. It's
yes.
It's early Dr. Seuss. If you put only the black ads on the black trains, like, what are you doing, man?
Yeah, but that's that's the thing is that like you got to be like, if you go any store that has to, this capitalism is racist, okay, but it also
I mean, like I was, I can't remember, someone was talking about, someone did a joke on stage about like some book that they were teaching their black students.
the hungry caterpillar.
The hungry caterpillar. Fucking just picking his teeth.
Oh, that's pretty good.
That's good. Anyway, it's like a Miss such and such's beautiful ass hair or whatever the fuck the book was called. Where it's
yeah.
like, no, I think you should teach them Steinbeck, dude. I think that would benefit like black children in the city immensely because they don't get exposed to that because they're
Well, you gotta
inundated
learn about
with-
the white devil.
Yeah.
Like you do have.
No, you
know what I mean?
must.
You must. Like, and that's the idea that like I mean, I understand
like as much
it.
as I need to like read the novel Sounder, you know, like I need to read about like sharecroppers in the 1800s, and I did not a lot, but like I
just
feel like a
don't-
healthy amount. But you got to teach black students in Harlem about F. Scott Fitzgerald, dude.
Yeah.
They need to read The Great Gatsby. And it will,
I just don't-
illuminate
I don't
so many
understand
things about white people.
The thing, I mean, I guess I'm not, I'm not black.
It's
but
so
like,
weird though to think of kids reading those books written by white people 100 years ago, and they're like, "Oh man, Great Gatsby is this like really cool black guy who lives on West Egg," and it's like, no, because and whenever you're reading something, it gets revealed to you. It's like, oh fuck, this character is not my skin color.
Yeah. That's I don't understand like the idea of like I genuinely don't want to see because I don't want to hurt children's feelings or anything like that. But the idea of being like, hey, your hair, because it's like being like don't even though what you see in front of you is like a European image of beauty with straight hair, and you don't have straight hair, and it's not a thing you should feel insecure about. But the thing is that that's only can be done because those are traits that also attractive people can have. Like when I was a fucking fat, pale, like ugly kid, they couldn't be like, hey, lots of people are fat and ugly and also attractive. It's like, no, they're not.
No, they're not. They literally just said the opposite.
A lot of fat, ugly people are actually skinny and attractive.
Actually, fucking John Wayne Gacy is quite the lady killer.
Exactly. And it's like I just don't know.
He molested and killed young boys, but he was quite the lady killer.
But I feel like just being like, hey, you're fat and like you dress like shit and like.
Yeah.
And like you're mentally ill, but that's okay. Like I don't know how much I could hear that as a child and not be like, "You're fucking with me."
You're fucking with me.
Like you're clearly fucking. With me.
I think kids are so much more intuitive than people give them credit for. They get it. They get it.
And that's what I'm saying. The book is for attractive
people with Down syndrome and fat models on billboards are like, this is fucking weird. I don't think they're not noticing.
Because it can't be like
because
hey, did you know it's cool?
They see other places, not New York, and they see it's like, yeah, it's just like a handsome white guy on a Calvin Klein ad. Why is there an ugly guy with no arm on ours? That's so weird that's different.
Right. Yeah.
Why am I watching a TikTok in Iowa where everyone in the mall there on the posters is just a fucking beautiful white person? Why? What's so different about where I live?
I guess very small children, maybe there's a thing because they're kind of dumb.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh, I am normal. And it's like, okay. I don't know. Maybe it is just me being,
I don't. Here's the
fucked
deal.
up in my head that I'm like.
I don't really care that much about the like haze, health at every size, anti-fat shaming, all that stuff. Like, but don't glorify anything. Really, it's as bad to glorify you have a big, beautiful body as it is you have a thin, white, straight-haired body. It's like, what the fuck are we doing? Like,
yeah.
Why are we trying to fucking like put beauty in any form on a pedestal to sell shit? That's fucking weird.
I wish there was because like fat white women have like, getting older, and then somebody's like, have you heard of black men? You know what I mean? But we don't have that.
No.
Men, we don't have like a group that we can statistically run.
Fat white men, it's just any single mother.
Yeah.
Have you heard of a woman on her last fucking just about to snap? Have you heard of
Have you ever heard of do you know what co-signing a loan is? But that's I was trying to read a bit about like having.
Have you heard
too
about
small
forcing some kid to play t-ball? Have you?
I was trying to write a bit about like how like I have too small of a dick for how bad my credit is. Like, he's like, you got to pick one. You can't.
Yeah.
But like I don't know.
As your credit score goes up, your dick just. Pew.
Yeah. But if only it was the other way around, I would have. My dick would be so big you almost wouldn't be able to see it.
You would need what they replaced the Hubble telescope with to see your whole dick.
Yeah, exactly.
Is the event horizon of a black hole, and then right next to it is 10 times bigger, your dick.
Yeah. Yeah. It would be. If it was, I wish my dick was. I wish the. I'm trying to figure out how to say this that implies big, but I wish the volume of my dick I can't even say it. But what I'm saying is, like,
Your dick
I
is
was
like
trying
a
to say,
gaseous state. It takes on the volume of whatever container it's in.
I wish I was gonna say that I wish the size of my dick was as upsetting as my credit score.
Yeah.
But it is, just in the wrong way.
Yeah,
I mean, it's so big that you can't.
Like you're shocked, like seeing King Kong
Yeah.
chained to a stage on a Broadway.
That's what I should do. I should tell women, as soon as I meet them, just be like, my credit score is so bad it almost doesn't exist. And they're like, okay, that's a weird thing to say. And then weeks or months later, when they see my dick, I'll be like, remember that thing I told you? Remember how I softened the blow?
I'm now imagining either scenario is funny to me, where your pants are just a red curtain. And then please, folks, don't be alarmed.
Yeah.
And then they pull back the curtain, so either the biggest dick ever or a little dick going,
Yeah. And then she's like, do you have protection? I'm like, yeah, bring out the dog. Hell yeah, I made that punchline right in an hour. Dude, fuck you guys. This episode's over.